All praises and glory to our power Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Racha Kodash, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the tabernacles of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and wherever you may be, and wherever you may be. To you I say Shalom, Yeshua Shalom. Alright, this is going to be fairly short, just two things here I want to get into. As you see, this is dated March 9th, 2026. So it says sleeping on a subway platform to evade Iranian missiles in Tel Aviv. All right, sleeping on a subway platform to evade Iranian missiles in Tel Aviv. And I think I saw another one. I didn't pick it up, but some other clip where it's probably similar. Like they were like down below underground. Not sure if it was also like railroad station. It might have been a similar thing there. But hey, this is what is happening right now. Okay. Because of their leader. As a matter of fact, let me grab this. I might just thumbnail that. All right, because their leader, Bibi, okay, has decided to draw America into attacking Iran. All right, it says that I didn't see that before. It says there are no trains or passengers, just overnight guests seeking safety. All right, now, mind you, there are people in the SOI, okay, who are with BB and this, whatever they're doing there, but there are also people who are not with what their government is doing over there. All right, I'll throw that out there. So it says for Aviad Aperion, a 40-year-old teacher at a special needs school, the war with Iran has meant sleeping every night at an underground railroad station to avoid the danger of incoming Iranian ballistic missiles, and he's got plenty of company. The platform of the gleaming new station in a Tel Aviv suburb is crammed with mattresses and people of all nations. It's like a fairground for the kids here. For me, it's quite tricky, but I prefer my children to be in a safe place, so I'm with them here. I have a safe room at home, but I don't trust it since these are ballistic missiles. I don't feel safe. So he says I have a safe room at home, but he doesn't trust it because they could get blown up in the safe room, or maybe it penetrates the safe room, or maybe they just get, they're safe, but they get stuck inside, all right, and perish, or who knows. So here's a video. I think I watched a little bit of it. I think I skipped through it, but I'm gonna play it. Lord will, it doesn't echo or anything like that, so I'll play it real quick. It's only 2 minutes long.
At metro stations like this, people across Tel Aviv have been sleeping now for around a week. Newly built houses in this city have purpose-built bomb shelters, but many people live in old buildings, and for those people there's just simply no choice but to come to places like this to find a safe haven from the incoming missiles from Iran.
לילדים זה לונה פארק גדול. בשבילי זה קצת טריקי, אבל אני מעדיף את הביטחון של להיות כאן איתם, כי יש לי ממ"ד בבית, אבל אני לא סומך על ממ"ד. בגלל הטילים הבליסטיים זה פחות בטוח לי.
Do you know all the children down here?
פחות או יותר, הם אפשר להתחברו אחד לשני. יש פה גם הרבה דתות. יש פה יהודים, נוצרים, מוסלמים, Hindu, יש פה את כל ה...
And did you notice that those were some dark-skinned children, right? Because color doesn't matter, man. All right, nationality matters, but not color. And this is a major thing that we always speak about, dealing with the the nations in general, because you will have Israelites. Actually, there was a parable, the wheat from the tares. All right, you will have Israelites. Excuse me. You have Israelites that look like like Israelites are supposed to look, but then you're also going to have Israelites. Like, we're just using, for example, this guy on the screen. Let's say this guy's an Israelite, but you wouldn't know that. You would think he's some white guy, or he's just one of the small hatters, or whatever the case may be. But there are going to be Israelites that look just like this guy, okay? But then you're also going to have Edomites, right, who look just like those children you saw there. You're going to have Edomites, and that's how it was for Herod, okay? And all those, the Herodians, their father was Antipater the Idumean. They were Edomites, but they had the appearance of Israelites. But that's a small note, all right? Just throwing that, because I was surprised to see that, because like I said, I skipped through the video. I didn't watch all of it. All right, so that was interesting to see that. But we talk about that all the time. It's not a color thing. It's definitely not a black thing. It's an Israelite thing. Okay, but let's get back to the point of the video.
Just down the platform, we met a group of Indian migrants, care workers and construction workers.
They're sleeping here, a big place is there. So we came nearby. Actually, we are nearby to our room actually. So that's why we came here. Yeah.
Right, I can hear another alarm going off now. Yeah. Do you get much sleep here?
Yeah, we are sleeping peacefully.
But not everyone is quite so positive about sleeping here. Alessia and her partner are from Moldova.
Спим не очень-то хорошо, не как дома. Холодно, бетон, простываем, как бы кушаем не в хороших условиях. Ну, как бы переживаем за то, что происходит на улице. Неспокойно для всех и страшно.
Like all the other stations for the underground railway in Tel Aviv, this one is closed to trains. All of the trains were stopped on the first day of the war, and the whole network of stations was given over to bomb shelters.
All right, so there you go. That was that. So, and pretty much he said everything that was down there. Missile alerts on phones. All right. A few steps down the platform, a group of Indian men are sat around a chessboard, which is what you just saw in the video. Some of them work in Israel's large care sector, others in construction. Suraya Narayana Reddy told RFE-RL, whatever that is, he arrived in this country a month ago in hopes to receive political asylum without elaborating. All right, so this is what these people are facing over there because their leaders, there's another video, have decided to attack Iran because of their Greater Israel project. It's a minute and a half. Let's play it.
This ruined building behind me is one of the few places in Tel Aviv which bears the scars of war. It was struck by an Iranian ballistic missile on the first night of the conflict. A young Filipino woman was killed here. She was a care worker looking after an elderly Israeli resident, and she was also the first of 12 civilians in Israel who have died since this conflict began. That number hasn't risen over the last couple of days, and that is testament to the effectiveness of Israeli air defense. And that is having an impact on how Israel approaches this conflict.
The Iranians right now, they are running low on the ballistic missiles and specifically on launchers, but they still have the drones. The drones cannot hurt Israel much. We know how to intercept them, but it can hurt a lot the Arab Gulf states. This is very significant, So again, the Israeli point of view is that, well, things are going back to normal here, more or less. We just have a few sirens a day. I mean, we are used to it. We can tolerate it.
And so Israel is pressing on with intense airstrikes on Iran and also Lebanon, where it's targeting Tehran-backed Hezbollah forces. On March the 6th, this included massive strikes in Beirut's southern suburbs. On the same day, Tehran suffered what appeared to be the heaviest strikes of the war so far.
All right, so that was that. So it says, by contrast, the subway network known as Tel Aviv Light Rail dates from 2023 and is in mint condition. All trains have been stopped since Israel launched mass airstrikes on Iran on February 28 so that people can sleep at the stations. The network was also used for this purpose during the 12-day war that Israel and the United States fought against Iran in June 2025. It makes sense now where you saw those people. It says, but still it's not home. One level above the platform, a group of Moldovans are camping out in the ticket hall. A woman who identified herself only as Alessia was with her partner and her pet parrot, which hopped between her head and her shoulder. That's the one you saw in the video, the same woman right here. All right, so yeah, it says it's unsettling and scary for everyone. But this is what's happening, all right? And I'm pretty sure these people here that are hiding down in that subway station, are not against this attack. But then again, some of them may be, okay? But this is what is going on with some of these people over there in the area of Tel Aviv. They're sleeping on a subway platform to evade Iranian missiles in Tel Aviv. Okay, once again, that's dated March 9, 2026. Oh, and this is from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. Only picked up probably within a week. My first time seeing this little article site. Yeah, they have decent articles here and there. All right, so I still have it, saved to my home screen. So I check in on it from time to time. So they have a couple decent things here and there. But let's get this other one here. All right, let's pull this up.
You're betraying your country! You're betraying your own! You're betraying your country! Don't be the fool! Oh, what an idiot! People like
Hey, with international women's day being tomorrow, some of my women, friends, and neighbors out here burning down America.
You're betraying your country! You're betraying your own! You're betraying the country! Don't be the fool! Oh, what an idiot!
Somebody said, "Oh, what an idiot! What an idiot!" He got to be high on something because he act like he don't feel it. Look how he's dressed. He almost dressed, not quite gothic, but in a similar, like rock and roll style, hard rock. So he said, "Burning down Imperial America." So, but this is how some of these people feel, man. Okay, they're fed up with America. All right, and we're gonna go straight to what I want to get. Like I said, this is gonna be short. I need to get to the Apocrypha here, and I actually should have typed it in. What? That was past it. Oh, I didn't get down there. I was like, wait a minute now. There it is. All right, get you off the screen. Okay. Wait, I didn't click prayer. Hold on, give me a second here. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me just type it in. Hopefully they'll give it to us. Yep, sedition. That's another good one too. Uproars of the people. Did they not just give me what I wanted to type in? My goodness, everything, these pop-ups, man. Get off my damn screen. Bear with me. What in the hell? Let me rotate my screen, man. This thing is in the way. I know there's an X somewhere. Gotta be. Yeah, there it is right there. Alright, get out the way. Alright, so let me go back here and get sedition among men. Alright, hit the magnifying glass. There we go. Yep, 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And this is what you saw in that video was Buddy was tweaking. And that's what was happening there. Alright, but these people they're losing it, man. The people that live in Babylon are losing it. Okay, their minds are being geared up for what's to come, which is the civil war. All right, this major civil unrest is going to boil over to a civil war. All right, and then you're going to have people. They're gonna like the raid on the Capitol. All right, they're probably going to do a lot worse things than that. They're not going to care what the police are saying. They're not going to care what the governor's talking about. All right, the president or whoever. All right, it's going to come to a point where they're going to have to send them troops in to these certain cities. Which is what the QRF is for. We talked about them the other day, the quick response forces. Send those QRF in there, all right, to try to quell these situations, because things like that are going. This is just one dude tweaking, all right. Clearly, he set himself on fire, some Mahatma Gandhi shit, but he was just tweaking. But you got people. All right, hold on, give me a second. All right, so like I just want to get a water real quick. Now she stepped outside. It's really good out here too. So yeah, so it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, that shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, and there was a recent clip that we posted up excuse me, about people protesting now, just like they did before with the Israel Gaza thing. They're now protesting the Israel America Iranian thing. All right, all over, all right, in different places of the globe. Okay, so this is what's bound to continue, happening because of this is part of prophecy of Jacob's trouble. All right, these people are going to wild out. What does it say in Isaiah 19? All right, that he shall set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. As a matter of fact, let me go back real quick. Can I pull up the verse? The particular verse. I'm just going to the chapter here, 16. And yep, it says a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. All right, and this is what you see. And notice it was an Edomite. All right, tweaking. The cat set himself on fire, man. But he set himself on fire. All right, but these American people are losing it, man. Okay, and guess what? It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. The Lord says that all these things are the beginning of sorrows, man. Isaiah 19. Let's get right to the point. Verse 2, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, so if you have a new believer, so you understand it, the Americans is what it's talking about. America is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. You get that scripture in Revelation 11, I believe it's like 8, starts at 8. All right, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. So I will say the Americans against the Americans, the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And a guy like this is going, if he's setting himself on fire, what's stopping him from tweaking out and setting someone else on fire? All right. So yeah, it's pretty much straight to the point that I want to get into there. Before I close out, to the brother that asked me the question earlier. I don't know if you even see this video. If you do, make sure you check the what the heck is it called? The description box. Check the description box. All right, I'm gonna drop my email in there so you can link up with me. Chop, because I don't know how all this stuff works. So you want to link up, we can link up, but you're gonna have to explain everything to me. But yeah, I'm gonna drop my email there so you can hit me up, link up with me so we can figure things out. I actually got a set of videos that I converted now in the wait. The second video I played is actually from that. The first one was just some article. So hit me up. We can figure things out. We can actually go into those together if you like. All right. So just make sure you don't even if you don't watch the whole video, make sure you check the description box. Because I'm gonna drop my email there so you can link with me and school me on however all this goes, so we can link up and let it run smooth. So but with that, say, Lord, will you edify? Shalom.